Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to have 125 spiders crawling across your body? Or waking up to find a spider the size of a cat staring at you through your window? Today I'm taking you on a journey through 17 of the most spine-chilling spider encounters ever captured on camera, from record-breaking tarantula stunts to legendary giant spiders that may or may not exist, and moments that will make even the bravest arachnid lovers question their courage. Let's start with something that defies all logic and reason. In 2005, Australian teenager Tom Buchanan made global headlines in the Guinness World Records for voluntarily allowing 125 golden orb weaver spiders to crawl over his body, covered in a clear perspex box during the Australia Guinness World Records TV show in Sydney, New South Wales on 27 August 2005. He carried them for 55 seconds, exceeding the typical 30-second. But Tom's record wasn't the end of this spine-chilling contest. On 24 March 2010, Daniel Jovanovski from North Macedonia shattered the bar by allowing 200 spiders to crawl over his body for 30 seconds on the set of Lo Show Di Record, the Italian TV show based on Guinness World Records, recorded in Rome, Italy. This wasn't just a test of physical courage, but a fascinating glimpse into the strange lengths some go for fame and recognition. The psychological preparation alone must have been extraordinary. Sometimes the most dangerous encounters come from the most ordinary moments. Jackson Landers, a nature writer and contributor to the New York Times, learned this firsthand. One morning, he slipped on his fishing shoes without checking inside. A black widow spider was waiting. The bite felt like a mild sting. The venom took root fast. He realized the severity of his condition and went to the emergency department. He was given an experimental antivenin as part of a clinical study, and within 10 minutes of treatment, his symptoms subsided and he was discharged. Black widows often occupy dark, undisturbed places, such as shoes left outside. Taking a moment to check your footwear can prevent a routine morning from becoming a medical emergency. Here's a scenario that will make you think twice about using public restrooms, especially in restaurants or unfamiliar locations. This incident occurred in what should have been a safe environment, showing that spiders often end up in close contact with humans while seeking basic survival needs. Bathrooms provide ideal conditions: high humidity, consistent moisture, and secluded spots behind toilets, inside cabinets, or under seats where they can rest and build webs undisturbed. They also attract prey: flies, ants, mosquitoes, and other insects, making them excellent hunting grounds. This predator-prey cycle thrives in the quiet corners of private spaces. The footage from this case revealed a spider positioned directly under a toilet seat, leaving any unsuspecting user completely exposed. Beyond the shock of such a discovery, there's the real risk of a bite in a location where treatment might be delayed due to the setting's private nature. Some real-life events feel straight out of a horror novel. In June 2021, following severe flooding in East Gippsland, Victoria, Australia, residents awoke to a surreal sight: vast sheets of spider silk blanketing paddocks on roadsides, trees, and roadside signs. Millions of ground-dwelling spiders, forced from their burrows by rising floodwaters, took to ballooning, releasing fine silk threads to ride the breeze to higher, drier vegetation and surfaces. In towns such as Traralgon and Longford, the phenomenon was striking. Entire landscapes resembled ghostly white blankets or waves of webbing stretching over vast areas. According to Dr. Ken Walker, senior curator of entomology at the Melbourne Museum, this is a semi-regular winter occurrence in Victoria during heavy rainfall. The spiders involved, often small vagrant hunter or sheet web spider species like Ambicodamus, don't build territorial webs. Instead, each spider emits a single thread to balloon upward, which collectively hooks onto vegetation and forms the sprawling, intricate web canopy. Despite appearances, these spiders pose no real danger to humans, though minor irritation is possible from contact. In early 2024, Australia gained international attention when a record-breaking male Sydney funnel web spider, nicknamed Hercules, was donated to the Australian Reptile Park in Somersby on the central coast of New South Wales. Found by a member of the public and initially surrendered to a local hospital, experts realized it was the largest male specimen the park had ever received. Measuring 7.9 cm from foot to foot, surpassing the previous record holder, Colossus from 2018. This spider's size is exceptional when most Sydney funnel webs measure between 1 and 5 cm, with males typically smaller than females. The park operates a long-running spider venom milking program, where donated funnel webs are milked for venom critical to antivenom production. Remarkably, no fatalities from funnel web bites have been recorded in Australia since the program began in 1981. While Hercules garnered significant media attention due to his size and venom yield, an even larger male spider was later discovered and named Hemsworth, with a leg span of 9.2 cm, making it the largest ever donated to the park. Nevertheless, Hercules remains a standout specimen, emblematic of both these arachnids' awe-inspiring attributes and their vital role in saving lives. In the remote desert regions of the Dominican Republic near the Verde River crossing, a group of British tourists faced a daunting ordeal when their jeep broke down. They were startled when a massive spider emerged from the tall grass surrounding their vehicle. The Dominican Republic, known for its biodiversity, is home to the giant Hispaniolan tarantula, the largest spider in the Caribbean. Capable of reaching leg spans of nearly 20 cm. Covered in hair-like structures and displaying vivid patterns, these arachnids are both striking and intimidating. What made this encounter extraordinary was the spider's behavior. Rather than retreating, it approached the stranded tourists with apparent curiosity. Most large spiders avoid humans, but this one seemed undeterred by the vehicle or its occupants. In a widely discussed piece of footage, a man films himself peering into a dark hole in the ground, only to spot an enormous creature retreating into its lair. Its sheer size and apparent awareness of being observed have fueled intense debate online about its identity. While some claim it is a giant spider, many argue it is more likely a coconut crab, the world's largest land arthropod. Coconut crabs inhabit islands across the Indian and Pacific Oceans, including parts of Australia and the Philippines. They can weigh over 4 kilograms, reach leg spans exceeding 1 meter, and possess powerful claws. In poor lighting, their robust, hairy legs could easily be mistaken for those of a spider. Their behavior also fits the footage. Coconut crabs are intelligent, cautious, and retreat into burrows when threatened, spending daylight hours in dark, sheltered spaces. Without clearer evidence, the creature's identity remains uncertain. Whether crab or spider, its size alone makes such an underground encounter unforgettable. Enjoyed the video? Before we continue, don't forget to ring the bell, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It truly helps me out, and I promise to bring you even more awesome content. During a walk in Guerrero, Mexico, a man filmed a tree that initially appeared coated in hair, but upon closer inspection, the hair was revealed to be thousands of clustering daddy long legs, not spiders. These creatures, often mistaken for spiders, frequently gather in large masses and can resemble a hairy layer when stationary. Guerrero's varied ecosystems, from coastal lowlands to mountainous terrain, support a remarkable diversity of arachnids, including both harmless species and medically significant ones like certain Loxosceles spiders, whose bites may require medical attention. Daddy longlegs are non-venomous and cluster for protection, especially in sheltered spots like trees. They do not spin silk or build webs, but their collective presence can create an eerie visual effect, especially when disturbed and crawling away en masse. During a boat ride along the waterways of Samara, Russia, located near the confluence of the Samara and Volga rivers, a group encountered something that turned their outing into a bizarre spectacle. As they neared a bridge, they saw what appeared to be an enormous spider, about 2 meters in length, clinging to the structure. The footage sparked debate over its authenticity, with theories ranging from a real but unknown species to digital manipulation or practical effects. Samara's mix of industrial development and natural river ecosystems has led some to speculate about unusual wildlife adaptations, though no evidence supports spiders of this size. The shock deepened when the group noticed more of the creatures on the bridge, suggesting a possible colony. For arachnophobes, the idea of giant spiders existing, let alone in numbers, pushes the limits of what is believed possible for arthropod growth. An Australian couple returned home one night to find a Huntsman spider on their window, roughly the size of a house cat, so large that even their pet cat backed away in fear. Huntsman spiders are known for their size, speed, and climbing ability, but this specimen exceeded expectations, moving with the unsettling agility that makes them capable of traversing walls and ceilings with ease. Though intimidating, Huntsman spiders are valued in Australia as natural pest controllers, earning nicknames like shed spiders or garden spiders. They actively hunt insects such as flies, mosquitoes, and cockroaches rather than building webs, striking quickly and often eliminating dozens of pests in a night. Despite their reputation as good luck in Australian folklore, the reality of sharing a home with one the size of a small mammal is another matter. For the couple, keeping doors and windows sealed became the only way to ensure their massive new neighbor stayed outside. If you found a Huntsman spider the size of a cat on your window, would you let it stay for pest control or make sure it never came back? Let us know in the comments below. In July 2014, a Russian man filmed what appeared to be a massive spider-like creature climbing the wall of an apartment building. Something more reminiscent of a sci-fi film than real wildlife. The footage quickly went viral and sparked global speculation about prehistoric or mutated spiders. However, fact-checking investigations concluded the clip is almost certainly a digital fabrication. A graphic designer later admitted creating one of the videos using CGI, and media fact-checkers found no evidence that such a creature exists or could exist in reality. The idea of giant ancient arthropods dates back to the Carboniferous period, when higher atmospheric oxygen levels enabled enormous arthropods to thrive. While fascinating from a scientific standpoint, none of that provides support for van-sized spiders appearing today. In a tense viral video, YouTuber Whitey Exotics, known for his expertise with tarantulas, reptiles, and other exotic species, faces one of his most dangerous situations. A highly venomous tarantula had escaped from its secure enclosure and was loose in his room. With calm precision, Whitey armed himself with a container and used his knowledge of tarantula behavior to locate and recapture the spider without provoking a defensive bite. Understanding the arachnid's body language was crucial. Signs like rearing up and exposing fangs signal agitation and danger. The recapture demanded careful timing to guide the spider inside without giving it a chance to bolt or strike. The footage highlights the real risks exotic animal handlers face. Even experienced professionals can be tested when equipment fails or unpredictable behavior turns routine care into a high-stakes challenge. In Australia, a man discovered a giant Huntsman spider living in his home, but instead of removing it, he welcomed it as a pet. Naming her Charlotte, he allowed the spider to roam freely for an entire year. During that time, Charlotte grew to an impressive size, startling visitors but becoming a normal part of the household routine. Far from being a nuisance, Charlotte served as an efficient pest controller, consuming cockroaches, flies, mosquitoes, and other unwanted insects. A single huntsman can eat dozens of pests weekly, reducing the need for sprays or professional extermination and contributing to a cleaner living space. The arrangement also became an educational experience, giving the family first-hand insight into spider behavior and ecology. Rather than fearing her, they came to value Charlotte's role in maintaining balance in their home, showing that even unconventional pets can be both effective and rewarding. In Espírito Santo, Brazil, residents witnessed one of the most unsettling natural spectacles ever filmed, spiders filling the sky and appearing to rain down on the town. Captured from multiple angles, the footage showed thousands of black dots drifting overhead, creating the illusion of a living cloud. The phenomenon was caused by Pyrrhowixia bistriata, a social orb weaver spider capable of spinning silk so fine it becomes nearly invisible against the sky, making the spiders appear to float in midair. When thousands spin these threads at once, often between telephone poles, power lines, and other high points, they form massive communal webs. These structures act as efficient aerial traps for flying insects, supporting much larger populations than solitary hunting would allow. Though visually alarming, P. bistriata poses no danger to humans. Its venom targets only small insect prey. Their cooperative nature is rare among spiders and enables them to create intricate web networks spanning large areas. While the event is harmless, the sight of a sky filled with drifting arachnids can trigger fear, leaving an impression that blends awe with primal discomfort. How would you react if you looked up and saw the sky above your town filled with thousands of drifting spiders? Would you stay to watch or head for cover? Let us know in the comments below. Deep in the Amazon, rare footage captured a giant bird-eating spider consuming an opossum, an extraordinary predator-prey interaction, even in one of the world's most biodiverse regions. While such spiders typically hunt insects, smaller spiders, lizards, frogs, and occasionally small birds or rodents, there are documented cases of them taking marsupial rats and similarly sized prey. Bird-eating spiders are active hunters, relying on stealth, speed, and potent venom rather than webs. With body lengths up to 10 cm and leg spans reaching 28 cm, their size, strength, and powerful chelicerae allow them to subdue animals many times their mass. Their venom, a mix of neurotoxins and enzymes, quickly immobilizes vertebrates and begins digestion, enabling consumption of large prey. The Amazon's dense biodiversity creates opportunities for such unusual encounters, as constant competition for resources drives predators to exploit any available food source. This event illustrates the adaptability of top invertebrate predators and the unpredictable nature of rainforest ecosystems. David Wick and his sons were exploring the woods when they discovered a large nest of daddy longlegs, with hundreds clustered together in a writhing mass. Known for their tiny bodies and extremely long, slender legs, often several times body length, these arachnids create a striking and sometimes unsettling sight, especially in large groups. Despite their appearance, daddy longlegs are harmless to humans. They lack venom glands entirely, relying instead on their long legs as sensory tools to detect vibrations, chemical cues, and movement. These legs also help capture prey, which is subdued mechanically rather than with toxins. Opportunistic feeders target small insects they can grab and consume without envenomation. When gathered in large congregations, their synchronized movement creates a mesmerizing, almost flowing effect. Still, the thought of placing a hand into such a mass would challenge most people's comfort, illustrating how instinctive fear of spiders can be triggered even by species posing no real threat. For many people, the absolute worst nightmare scenario involves being attacked or threatened while deep asleep. A little girl was sleeping peacefully in her bed, surrounded by all the familiar comforts that should have guaranteed her safety and peaceful rest, completely unaware that a giant, terrifying spider was hanging directly above her head. The creature, likely unaware of the terror it was about to inflict, had descended on a silk strand from somewhere in the ceiling, positioning itself directly over the sleeping child's face. The psychological impact of such an encounter cannot be overstated. The fact that this was captured on video means there's permanent documentation of just how close this situation came to becoming a genuine emergency. Fortunately, in this particular case, nothing went wrong. The child remained safely asleep throughout the entire encounter, and the spider eventually moved away without making contact. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.